Departmental undertaking. Now, what is departmental undertaking? These are basically the oldest form of public sector enterprises. Okay? And how are they formed? They are established as the departments of the ministry. Okay? Departments of the government. They are financed, they are managed, they are controlled either by the central government or by the state government. And what are the examples? Indian Railways, Post and Telegraph departments, or you can write about broadcasting, defense. Understood? So these are the different departments of the government called as departmental undertakings. And one most important feature is that it is the oldest form of public sector enterprises, having no separate legal existence. What is separate legal existence? We have done in chapter number 2. Separate legal existence is when the owner and the business are separate. But over here there is no separate legal existence. That means the business and the owner, that means these departments and the businesses, they are the same. There is no difference between the departmental undertaking and the government. Now let's come to the features. It says no separate legal entity. Just now I explained that the business, that means the departmental undertaking, and the government or the public sector enterprises, they are just the same. They have no separate entity. Next point says finance. Now where does these departmental undertaking gets its finance from? It is financed from the annual budget which is allocated by the government. Okay, so the government allocates few money from its treasury, from its budget to these different departments. That suppose railways, okay, you take this much amount. Defense, you want this, you take this. Post and telegraph, you take this much amount. So the government allocates the money to these different departments, and whatever earnings these departments make, they are deposited again back to the government. See, it's written here, and all its earnings go to the government treasury. So whatever be the earnings, that is again deposited back in the government. Correct? Next one, auditing and accounting. So whenever there is any audit, what is audit? Checking the books of accounts, that is called as audit. So if there is any audit or there is any application of accounting rules, so that is applicable as per the government. Whatever be the government rules related to auditing, whatever be the government rules related to accounting, that are only applicable to these departmental undertakings. They do not have any separate set or different set of accounting rules or audit rules. Whatever is prescribed by the government, they have to follow that. Next point says staffing. Staffing means the employees who work in this departmental undertaking, they are actually government employees. Why they are government employees? Because they are recruited and they are appointed as per government rules. Clear? So who are the people working in the departmental undertaking? They are actually none other than the government staff. They are recruited, they are appointed, and they are even paid, or you can write down they are even compensated as per the government employees, as per the government rules. Clear? And the next one or the last one, it is accountability. Accountability means answerability. Who are they accountable to? Suppose these departmental undertakings are doing their part of the work, they are performing their function. Now to someone they have to report after finishing off their work. Whom are they reportable to? They are reportable to the concerned ministry. Okay, clear? So let's recall the features. The first feature says that there is no separate legal entity. That means the departmental undertaking and the government, they both are same. Okay. Next one is finance. From where does these departmental undertakings get their finance from? They get from the budget of the government. and whatever earnings they do, whatever revenue they earn, it is again deposited back to the government treasury. Talking about the auditing and the accounting rules, whatever be the government rules, they are only applicable to these departmental undertakings. Staffing, the employees are the government staff. Why? Because they are recruited, they are appointed as per the government rules. And the last one, if we talk about the accountability, then these are accountable to the concerned ministry. Like if we talk about the railway, then the railway will be accountable to the railway department. If we talk about the defense, then who are they accountable to? Defense ministry. Post and telegraph will be accountable to the post and telegraph ministry. So that is all for today. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.